Hi there, I'm your Math Help Tutor, and today we are going to learn about division using the number line. Being able to divide numbers is a very important skill because many tasks we do every day use these operations. For example, we can use division to know how many cookies we can equally give each person from a bag of cookies, or how many items of a certain price can we buy from our money? Or how many people can safely ride an elevator which can carry a maximum weight of 1,000 pounds or 500 kilos? There are several ways for us to visualize what happens to numbers when we divide them. We can use number lines, the grid method, or what's also called the array method, and the standard algorithm, or which is also called the long division. In this video, we will discuss dividing numbers using the number line. As a review of the division operation, say we want to divide 15 by 3. Now, what's being asked here is how many numbers are in each segment if we divide 15 into 3 equal parts. So this is one part, this is one part, and this is one part, and each part having a length of 5. So what we did was we divided 15 into 3 equal parts, wherein each part is 5 numbers long. So we would know that 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. Now, this problem could also mean if we divide 15 into segments, which are 3 numbers long, how many segments are there? So a second way of viewing division is to see how many segments that are 3 numbers long can fit inside 15. So we can see that we have created segments that are exactly 3 numbers long, and we can see that there are 5 of these segments. So using this way of viewing division, we know that 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. Another way of looking at a division problem is how many times can we subtract 3 from 15? So it's like we're going to skip count by 3, and we are going to subtract 3 continuously from 15 until there's nothing left. So since we were able to subtract 3 from 15 5 times, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, so we know that the answer to 15 divided by 3 is 5. Notice also that division is very much related to multiplication, because if you multiply the segment which is 5 numbers long 3 times, you get 15. That's a segment which is 5 numbers long, and then multiply it by 3. That means 5 plus 5 plus 5. Then you get 15. Also, if you multiply the segment which is 3 numbers long 5 times, then you also get 15. 3 numbers long, 1, 2, 3, and you multiply it 5 times, meaning you're going to add 3 to itself 5 times. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, you get 15 as well. Let's now try doing 20 divided by 4. So again, there are several ways of visualizing this. We can ask how many numbers are there inside each segment if we divide 20 by exactly 4 equal segments. So we divided 20 into 4 segments that have exactly the same number in them, or that are exactly 5 numbers long. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all these other segments are also 5 numbers long. So we know from this way of looking at division that the answer to 20 divided by 4 is 5. Or we can also view it as how many segments are there in 20 if we create segments that are 4 numbers long. So we are going to see how many segments that are 4 numbers long can fit in 20. So we have created segments that are exactly 4 numbers long, and we can see that we have 5 of these segments. So we know from this way of viewing division, the second way of viewing division, that we can fit 5 sections that are 4 numbers long, so our answer is 5. Now, the third way of viewing division is to see how many times can we subtract 4 from 20. So we're going to do like a skip counting here. 20 minus 4, that's 16, minus 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. We did minus 4. We're going to do minus 4 again. That's 8. We did a minus 4. 4 minus 8 minus 4 is 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So since we were able to subtract 4 5 times, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we know that the answer to 20 divided by 4 is 5. Either way, we get the answer as 5, no matter what kind of method or however way we view division. So it's just a matter of preference in how you want to view the division operation, but these different approaches are the same. Again, notice the relationship of division and multiplication here. Like in our first way of viewing division, we have a section that is 5 numbers long and we multiplied it 4 times. Or, in other words, we have also added it to itself 4 times. So that's plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, or 5 times 4, and we get the answer 20. Same thing for the second way of viewing division. We have a segment that is 4 numbers long, and we multiplied it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 4 times 5. Or in other words, 4 added to itself 5 times. So that's 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 and plus 4, which is equal to 20 as well. Let's try a word problem this time. If you have $20 and would like to buy toys that cost $2 each, how many toys can you buy? This problem can be written as 20 divided by 2. So I have $20 and I would like to know how many toys I can buy if each toy is $2 each. So there are 3 ways we can visualize this. We can say how many equal segments of 2 are there in 20? Or if I divide 20 into 2 equal parts, how big is each segment? Or how many times can I subtract 2 from 20? It's up to you how to best visualize a division problem, but it seems that for this problem, the best would be the first one, which is how many toys that cost $2 each can I have for $20? So if this number line represents our $20 and we find out how many $2 are in our $20, so what we're going to do is we are going to draw sections which are $2 long. And then after that, we count how many sections that are $2 long are inside $20. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we know that $20 divided by $2 is equal to 10. Or there are 10 $2 in $20. Let's try another word problem. If there are 18 people in your class and there are 3 tables, how many people can be in each table if they were to be an equal number of students per table? Now this problem can be written as 18 divided by 3. Or you have 18 students and you would like to divide them by 3 tables. And you'd like to know how many students are in each table if there are exactly the same number of students per table. So again, there are 3 ways we can visualize this problem. We can say how many equal segments of 3 are there in 18? Or if I divide 18 into 3 equal parts, how big is each segment? Or how many times can I subtract 3 from 18? Again, it's up to you how to best visualize this division problem, but it seems for this problem, the best would be the second one, which is how many students are there in each table. If this number line represents the number of students we have, so we have 18 students, and what we're going to do is we are going to divide 18 students into 3 equal groups. So we could have one group, we could have another group, and then we can have another group. So we have created 3 separate parts that have the same number of students in them. So you can see that in this part there are 6 students. In this part there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students as well. And then in this part you can see that there are 6 students as well. So now we know that the answer to 18 divided by 3 is 6. Or if we divide 18 students into 3 tables, we would have 6 students per table. Let's now try dividing larger numbers using the number line. Let's do 500 divided by 50. So again, we can view this in 3 ways. We can divide 500 into 50 separate parts and then count how many numbers are in each part, or we can divide 500 into parts that are 50 numbers long and then count the number of parts created this way, or we could also do this by counting how many times we can subtract 50 from 500. Either way, the answer is going to be the same. So if we use the third way of visualizing division and subtract 50 from 500 multiple times and see how many times we can subtract 50 from 500, we will see that we can do this up to 10 times. times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So the answer to 500 divided by 50 is 10. If we use the first way of visualizing division, where we split 500 into 50 equal parts, we will also see that the answer is going to be 10 because the size of each section is 10 numbers long. So we could see that there are lines from 0 to 500, and if you count these lines, there are actually 50 lines that divide 0 to 500. Now what we're going to do is we're going to know how long each of this segment is. So from 0 to 50, we have 5 lines. So this must be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So each of these segments should be 10 numbers long. And there we have it. Using another way of visualizing division, we have found the answer to 500 divided by 50, which is 10. So as you can see, the number line is a very helpful way for us to understand how the division operation works. Now it's time for interesting fact time. Do you know that, like in multiplication, each part of the division operation has a name? The first part, or the total number that we are going to split up, is called the dividend. The number of parts that we are going to split the dividend by is called the divisor, and the answer to the division operation is called the quotient. So for 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4, or 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2, and 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2, the first part, or the total size that we are about to split up, is called the dividend. Then the number of times that we are going to split the dividend, or the size of the equal sections that we are going to split up the dividend by, is the divisor. And the result of the division operation is called the quotient. Now let's review what we have learned. You can pause the video if you need more time to answer the question. Let's begin. The first number of the division operation, or the number that is going to be split up, is called blank. The answer is dividend. The second number in a division operation, or the number of times a number is going to be split up, is called blank. The answer is divisor. The result, or the answer to the division operation, is called blank. The answer is quotient. Using the number line, what is 500 divided by 5? The answer is 100. So how did we come up with this answer? Well, again, there are three ways for us to visualize what happens when we do division. The first way for us would be to find out how many 5s are there in 500. So looking at this number line, we can see that there are divisions that are created already. So looking at the length of each division, since 0 to 5 has 5 lines, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would mean that each of these sections would be 10 numbers long. So that means that each of these divisions would have 2 5s. That's 5 and a 5 for each of these divisions. So what we could do is we could count the number of divisions that there are from 0 to 500 and then multiply them by 2 to get the number of divisions of 5 from 0 to 500. But that is much more tedious, right? So probably let's do the second method, which is we divide 500 into 5 equal sections and then count how many or how long each section is. So if we divide 500 into 5 equal sections, that would be drawing sections that have exactly the same number inside of each section. So we were able to create 5 sections that have exactly the same length from 0 to 500. And if we're going to count how many numbers are in each section has 100 numbers in them. So we have 100 in this section, we have 100 in this section, another 100 in this section, another 100 in this section, and then another 100 in this section. section. So the number 500, when divided into 5 equal sections, or sections that have exactly the same number in them, each section is 100 numbers long, or has 100 in them. And that is the answer to 500 divided by 5. Or of course, the third way for you to do this would be to count how many times you can subtract 5 from 500. And you can keep on doing that and then count how many 5s you were able to subtract from 500, which is also going to be 100 times. So if you subtract 5 from 500, you'd be doing it 100 times, which is the answer to the problem 500 divided by 5. And that's it for now. Remember to keep on practicing your math skills with our sample exercises and workbooks. See you then! Visit mathhelptutor.com to improve your math skills and your math test scores today. You can do this through your unlimited access to all our math lessons, practice quizzes, and workbooks. You can also schedule a one-on-one tutorial session with us today. Check out the links below this video to see how you can support us if you found this video helpful. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video and this channel to your friends and family who might need this. See you soon!